Hi, and welcome back to CMG Aerospace Trading. Welcome back to 2005. This is a new year. Actually, we have a video on the new year, our new year message, covering what we did and what we do in 2024, and then going forward in 2025, what we are expecting. And then not only in terms of trading or the financial aspect of our life or the professional aspect of our life, but also in the general life, looking for a balanced life. So everything is covered in that video. You might want to check out that video in the comment section or the in the video description. Right, so if you're new here at CMG Aerospace trading, this is what we do in terms of the forex trading. We do weekly analysis, a weekly forecast on Sundays, that's evening, and then that's a preliminary analysis, what we are expecting in the week ahead, right? And that is a preliminary. And then in the course of the week, we look at the analysis that we did so far to check if the market is actually playing out as we hoped it's going to move. Else, we tell you that maybe there has been a change in the market structure or other market conditions. So that is what we do. So what we give you on Sunday, it is not a final analysis. So in the course of the week, we provide you with more information looking at the confluences. So that is what it means. So now what we cover here, if you are new here, what we cover generally on the analysis is on DXY, that is the American dollar. We deal with the JPY, the Japanese yen, yeah, the baskets, and then we do gold also sometimes. Now, with the other pegged or pairs, if you have, the reason why we only cover the analysis on the DXY and the Japanese yen, and then sometimes on gold, is that basically most of the traders who deal with the forex or the currency, any of the pairs that we trade majorly has to do with the base currency or the quote currency being from the DXY or the Japanese yen. So if you understand this, then you are good to go. So that is what it means, right? You will also check in the video description for when to know if DXY is going up, what happens to the whole pair, and then when it is coming down, what happens to that whole pair. The same thing is applicable to the Japanese yen. So that is what it means. But sometimes gold can be independent, as in autonomous, right? So we can deal on its own. So sometimes the analysis basically is not majorly on DXY, looking for the movement on gold. So actually we have to provide a signal on that on other platforms. So that's what it means. So with that being said, we'll first of all look at the Japanese yen, right? The Japanese yen, the baskets, and then telling you what we are expecting on that, the movements generally. But that is not the final decision. That's what it means. So I'm telling you that. Now, for the caution, please bear in mind that this is not a financial advice. If you want to go ahead, you have to check with yourself, your risk tolerance, and then, yes, and then, or you talk to your financial advisor. So that is what we are here to educate. If you are interested, you do that at your own discretion. So that is what it means. So we do top-down analysis. If you have been on the page for 2 years or 3 years, you know that we do top-down analysis. So majorly, initially we used to trade on the 1 hour time frame, then gradually move up to the 4 hour time frame. It depends on the type of trader that we are. But notwithstanding, if you want to do any analysis or trade any time frame, you have to do a top-down analysis. So we look at, for 4 hour time frame that we trade, we look at the 4 hour, we look at the day, and then we look at the weekly, because the forecast actually is on the weekly analysis. So that's what it means. You can start from the top, the weekly, and move down to day, and then down to 4 hour. I can still go the other way, the reverse way, move from 4 hour the daily, and then move up to what, the weekly. But for for time's sake, not being on my side, I've done all the markouts, right? And then I just a matter of just telling you what I'm expecting. So it's a matter of, if you believe in my analysis, you just can continue with that, what, the trading. So that is what it means. But notwithstanding, I provide signals, free signals, and then if you are interested, you trade. So that is what it means. So I'm starting from the Japanese basket, the JPY basket, and that's on a 4-hour time frame. I may not even move up to the daily or the weekly time frame, because I have already done the markout, right? So that is what it means. So here, if you can see from the screen, right, that's the 4-hour time frame, and then the Japanese yen down there. So the markings is that the yellowish circle there, right, that is where the price is actually. If you check down here, we are in week 2. Now, for the record, with some calendars, in 2025, some are in week 1, and then others are also in week 2. The reason being that 2024 was a leap year, right, and there was some overlapping of the weeks and days. So that is why you see it here. Some will say that this is the first week, but I'm telling you, this is the second week. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's money that we are looking for. So that is it. So the marking here means that here you see that. Let me move back a bit. Looking from here, market moved from here, right, to the red line, up to the red line, and then came down almost to the blue line. I'm not going back too much. So coming around the blue line. So at the blue line, you can see some kind of market resting, breathing in. It dropped, and then now it's relaxing. And that, in the realization period, it looks more like a consolidation. So that's why you see the black lines areas, right? Meaning some kind of a boundary that the market is what? Consolidating. So it's like more of what's cascading. Every time frame, every higher time frame, there's nested price actions or what? Market structure happening within. So even though if you look at the whole market structure on this 4-hour time frame, it looks like market from down here moving to the red line and then back almost to the blue line. It's like market is consolidating. Now within the consolidation, there's another consolidation that we are seeing, right? Some will also open another time frame and see that its actual market is actually dipping, because from this red line here, the top here, right, and then down to this point is also what a dip, the market plummeting, right? But you know, there will be resting here and there. So that is what it means. So now at the moment that we are here, it's happening. So but the market is consolidating and moving up to the yellowish circle. The yellowish circle that I'm talking about looks more like at a point that at a resistance level, we are within the cascading. So that the resistance level where I think, right, anything is possible to happen. Anything is bound to happen. Market could move up using this yellowish line and moving up to the red line straight away without worrying itself coming down or even coming to consolidate. Else, that's one view. Now, at the same point, market could actually move to this line down there. This blue line. So when it gets to this blue line, there's what? Now we have the confidence, and then not the total confidence, but we have the confidence that market has actually come down to the support level. Now moving up will be a great momentum, right? A rally up. Then when it happens that way, we are coming to this level, right? And that there will be a pullback, and maybe a pullback to that line, the black line again, giving it like a support, a support line, right? A retest. And then we move up to what? The red line again. The red line at the top there. So that is what is my view, my point of view. Whatever option of view that you have, in fact, you can teach me. Nobody is actually perfect in this market until you have actually run a trade and it is successful, or it's the loss, right? So that's my point of view. Right, if you have been with me on this channel, you understand what I mean. So that is it. So this is basically on JPY. So this is what I see. Now the week, this is technical analysis. Now on the fundamentals for JPY, I think there's the news are not that the high impact news, right? Moderate and then sometimes no impact at all. We have high, medium, and then low. So generally on JPY, but JPY doesn't really bother itself with this high news, whether it being high impact or low impact. If it wants to move, it moves, right? And then JPY, or the Japanese economy, it's like I always say that they decide to what? Intervene. They can decide to intervene anytime in the market, unlike the dollar, the USA dollar, which follows more of a convention, right? Things move. If there will be a move, a massive move, yeah, that will have to deal with what? The fundamentals. Else it will just be consolidating within here and there. Sometimes trading it can be what? Disappointing. The same thing can be said for what? JPY. But just that JPY can actually does its own thing, it does its own thing without needing any support from the fundamentals. So that's what JPY. So when you are trading JPY pairs, you have to be very patient. I always tell my subscribers. So if you are new here, then you might have wanna jot this down or note this down. So that is what I have to say on JPY. I wouldn't bother myself going the high time frame or the low time frame. Right. So now let's move to the DXY. Right. Now the DXY, let me come to the chart there. I can actually move it up here. Right. So DXY has been selected. This is what I'm expecting or I'm seeing. If you see the blue markings or descriptions, it only tells me about the recent week that I'm on. So for the record, we have been doing this for since 2023. So you should bear with me for obscurity, or yeah, just bear with me. So now what I'm seeing on DXY, that's the American dollar, is that there's a higher probability of the market reversing. Because with the general time frame, even starting from the weekly time frame, moving to the daily time frame, and even the 4-hour time frame, the general movement of DXY is a bullish one. That's for the record, it's a bullish one. But one thing I also have learned over time with the market is that the market does not move in the linear sense. If there's a high spark, a trendy market up or down, there's probably going to be a breathing, right, where the market will have to relax small, or better still reverse before if it to continue in that initial direction. So that is what it means. So it has been very bullish for some months, weeks, and days, right? Even before like the recent celebration. So that is the problem. So now what I'm expecting on DXY is that I'm expecting, you see the yellowish markings reversing down and then going up again, right? I'm expecting it to come down to the blue line and then probably start going up. Now what I'm expecting is that I'm expecting a liquidity sweep, right? If you don't know what is a liquidity sweep, you just have to look it up, right? There's no time. Look for the meaning of liquidity sweep. So it means that even though we are expecting the market to move up or rally, it's not going to be linear, right? Let me just zoom things up for you to see the candlesticks, right? So it's not going to. You see the moving average there, right? So it's either it retests just there and start going up, which I doubt. It will come down a bit, right? Today's probably around this channel, the red line, the blue line, just within there. It can be consolidating for some time. I'm actually expecting much of a consolidation in the coming week, right? Much consolidation where the market will be misbehaving because it's a fresh year. Yes, and then when you look at the fundamentals too, the calendar, that is what I'm seeing there. But at the end of the week, I'm still expecting some quite downward movement, right? But that is not the final thing. I'll have to confirm in the course of the week. So if you are not already in the trade, you have to wait. If you are already in the trade, it's just a matter of monitoring or managing your risks. If you are confident in your analysis, just let it play out. Else, you know what to do. I wouldn't tell you what to do, but you know what to do for yourself. So the same way, I am not going to move to the lower time frame or the higher time frame because of time. Because it's something that I have already done the analysis, and I'm just telling you what we should be expecting. Right. So That is what I'm expecting around this red and blue line, consolidating there, and then probably moving up. Then I will come back to confirm if this what I'm expecting is going to happen, right? So I don't know if I have to check with gold. Give me a minute. I didn't do analysis much on gold. I haven't actually done on gold. So this is what is happening on gold now, right? So let me take this thing out, right? So here we are already at a blue line now. For the record, if you see any blue lines or horizontal lines, they are my what resistance and support levels, right? The blue lines which have been confirmed, right? That's what I mean. The blue lines, the blue horizontal lines, resistance and support lines. It's just based on what, where the price are, or the price is currently. So where you can actually tell that if it is a support or resistance level. Now price is below the recent blue line at the top there, so that line is actually a resistance. So we are at the resistance. Let's see what happens. Is the market going to fake out or actually coming down around the blue line? But normally my confidence or my confidence on gold is more influenced by what? DXY, right? Like I said, I'm not contradicting myself. I said I don't actually do all my analysis on the gold based on what? DXY. But if I have to actually trade gold, I have to look for what? Higher momentum on the DXY before I can trade. But there are times DXY movement can be slow, but gold can be what? Trading, doing its own thing, like normal. No problem, everything is very smooth, very sweet, right? But I like to trade with high volume and a high liquidity, right? So that is why I do on gold. So it could be that the whole of a week I wouldn't enter trade on gold, but I will be trading DXY, right? So that is what it means. So let's see what the market has for us between the date of what, the 5th January to 15th or so, 5th to 10th, right? 5th to 10th of January 2025, right? So I'll catch you soon. Stay blessed and trade wisely. Bye for now.